Hello. Okay. Hi, guys. It is Davison. I hope this is working. How are we today? I just had a nice therapy session with my psychiatrist slash therapist. She's a good one. She's a good egg. She understands me. She's very patient. She's a nice woman. So, in continuing with my daily therapy and the fact that now that I'm getting better, I truly don't know what to do with myself. I'm like, I have to get back to work. I'm not just going to sit here all day. It wasn't like when I was as sick as I was a couple months ago, even though I am still sick. As you've seen in the morning, my spells are worse and they get better throughout the day. But like I could spend all day in bed because my brain was inflamed and I would just play brain games and I had a weird perception of time. So time would pass faster, but now time's passing in real time. So proof that, part of the region of my brain that was responsible for detecting time was all out of whack. But now I am living in real time. And what do we do? What do you do when you come back? Dr. Coconut, hello. How are you? I can show you guys my mask. I was so sick for so long. Is it too loud? I was so sick for so long that I never had to really go out in public for COVID. That said, even now I can't really go out alone because I get involuntary movements and seizures. So it's probably a bad idea for me to try to walk somewhere all alone. But anyhow, I am going to try to go out more now and go out with Max's therapy. So I bought a mask. So this is my mask. Hello, Sean. How are you? You're on my wall. Sean, your fish is on my wall. What do we think of my mask? Do we like it? I like it. Do you guys have masks? Let me know in the comments what your mask looks like. I'm getting back to myself. This is astounding. It is truly astounding being reborn in real time on the internet. Hello to the 10 people who are here. If you're from Twitter, hi, my name is Davison. I'm live because this is occupational therapy for me. I got a brain infection in January and I'm only starting to get better now. This morning was a little rough. I can't speak sometimes. My face pulls weird movements, but now I am back and I'm slowly getting better. Hit the like button if you are here. And I was asking people what their masks look like. I bought this off of Amazon. This is not sponsored. Hashtag not spawned for $14. Thank you, Belange. Yeah, well, I look better than I did this morning, partially because I am cheating. The beauty cheat is it's not a Konami code, it's lipstick. So, because I'm wearing lipstick and my energy is good because I got warmed up because I had a good therapy session with my therapist, who's also a psychiatrist, but she's not a Dr. Vader. She's a good one. She's actually a good one. So, Mr. Salmon, hello. Hello, Sammy. How's Sammy? Are you at work? Or you work from home, don't you? In New York City, baby. You like it? Yeah, I like it too. I mean, I missed out on a whole opportunity to make a series of COVID related videos and, inappropriate masks. Oh my God, I'm getting back to my old self. I could still make a video with like chest hair or something on the face mask, or like put a vagina. No, maybe these are bad ideas. These are ideas that should never come to light. Have you tired? Did I say something wrong? Have I tried? Or I don't know what context you were saying that in. Can you guys still hear me even if my mask is on? You probably can. But yeah, I because I was so sick, I couldn't make any videos during the height of COVID. So I'm just catching up to COVID. Not that anybody really ever wants to do that. And pardon the pun in terms of catching COVID. I know I got a new job. Oh, okay. I'm work for the state. I'm a healthcare worker. Oh my goodness. Really? Are you working with patients? Or are you working in like insurance? Like, are you on the bureaucracy side? Or are you on the patient care side? I was laughing at Sean Eaton's comment. I actually could do that live now, but I'll probably get demonetized. Do we want to try to get demonetized today in the spirit of Davison? Where is it? I keep thinking it's Max in the other room, but it's not. And nor would Max know this. I have a roommate. We have a roommate now. His name's Andreas. So anyhow, I can make this. I can make this inappropriate right now. Do you guys want to see that? Of course, you're going to say yes. I know. I'm getting better. It's a goddamn fucking miracle. Thank you, Jesus, because Gray Reality said it's because I prayed to Jesus that I got better. So whatever works, man. Psychiatrists like to say it's the medication. Neurologists say it's the just the passage of time. I also took azithromycin, by the way. I put myself on the antibiotics because I was desperate, and lo and behold, I kind of got better after I went on antibiotics. So whatever, we'll see. Who fucking knows who's right, wrong? I do have functional neurological disorder. I am improving. We can tell by my behavior. I can tell by my behavior. It's just a matter of time until I make another crazy video like I'm about to do live right now again. So we're making this mask inappropriate because that's my personality. But I need not forget to write a book about everything I went through because Davison is like back online. So she wants to be funny, weird Davison, but I kind of got to rein it in a bit and be responsible Davison. And it feels like a little bit right now, like responsible Davison has taken a back seat as my brain is healing. I'm probably still not quite myself, but we're working with it. You're working with patients. Oh, Stephen. Oh, I love Stephen. He's so nice. Stephen. Okay, so you would love to see, you would love to see a vag on a mask. Well, your wish is my command. You wait. YouTube. This is not inappropriate what you're about. If you're under the age of 29, please leave this podcast. Okay, here, we're waiting for this. Oh my God. Oh, did I take it? I took it apart. Okay, wait. See, if it's too much, then YouTube's gonna get really mad at me. So we're gonna be careful about this. I have to be careful because there are people out there who don't want to see this. So we'll do it this way. And we're allowed to do this. Okay, wait. I have to make sure I don't hurt myself. See, Davison forgets that Davison was very sick, maybe because Davison put something on her eyes that she wasn't supposed to. So I don't want to get back to business and then expose myself yet again to something that could make me sick again. I still have a cerebrospinal fluid leak in my sinuses. Okay, someone is texting me like 80,000 things. Hold on. Let's just turn this off. So I have to be careful. So we'll just hold this in front of my mask and you'll just have to imagine it. So you ready? I do want to make a collection of weird masks. Just imagine this is a mask. Did you guys see it? Did you see my mask? Because I would stick it on my face, but I'm kind of afraid to stick it on my face. By the way, had I been better and I was sick in bed and suffering, oh, it's not a pee-pee. That was something else. That was not a pee-pee. That was a VV. And why do I own that? Good question. Because I got sent VVs and nippies and boobies. I actually have boobies in a box from a company. I said that in exchange for them sending me these very expensive replicas, I would make videos of them for free. So I actually, for a while, wanted to do a prank with the boobies that are in the box. I wanted to just plant the boobies in various locations in public and film people like a prank, like put them amongst the melons. The Bobs, so Bob's prank, like, and put them on a bench and put them in the bus on the seat and just film people's reaction to a disembodied pair of Bobs floating around. You guys want to see the Bobs? I say I don't want to get too much into trouble with this because I'm like I told you guys, I'm very happy to be back to myself, and I'm it's like whoosh, it's like this giant pit of massive energy coming out of me. That's what she said. Of myself, and so I have to like, and I think my inhibitions are still a little lowered. So I just got to make sure I don't make the wrong decisions, because normally my inhibitions I think are a little bit stronger than they are right now. Hit the like button if you're here. I don't know why the like button's not working. I think you guys have seen the Bobs before. They're in the video where I got men to try these breast forms. They're in the box down there. And when they sent me the breast forms, they sent me a nippies and VVs. Because some people buy, silicone VVs to dress up as if they're female, or because they're trans and they want the experience. So there's a very real medical and like emotional reason for these products. But yes, last day I wanted to ask you if you've been tested for COVID, said Belange. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend actually got COVID, and it's very possible that what attacked my brain was neuro-COVID. So instead of, I did get the lung symptoms, but it attacked my brain, and it fucking fucked me up for 8 solid months. And then the psychiatric meds also fucked me up. And with time I healed. But that said, I also did recently cut out the Zoloft. And as I've cut out the Zoloft, my seizures are less and less. I also took azithromycin out of desperation. Yes, don't self-medicate, but sometimes when you're that as sick as I was and nobody was helping me and everybody was telling me they didn't know what it was because I wasn't presenting typically, you got to do what you got to do. I had to knock down a lot of doors to get to the right neurologist and psychiatrist. The psychiatrist I have now, truth be told, she's very nice. The ones that weren't so nice were in the hospital. And I think they didn't realize the harm they were doing, and they didn't think I had insight when I did. I had, like a form of locked-in syndrome. I wish YouTube was liberal enough that I could just show the bobs. Actually, there's a way I can show the bobs because I will cover the part of the bobs that is most offensive to everyone, and then I'll show you. Wouldn't that be funny though? Just like planting bobs in amongst melons and getting people's reaction, or putting bobs on a bus seat or on a park bench, or like at McDonald's, Big Mac and fries and wet and gushy, big and bouncy. That's the follow-up to wet and gushy, big and bouncy. For those of you who don't know, there's a music video that came out. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm myself again. This is astounding. I have not felt my brain this well. It's astounding. It's I'm able to speak. Like, you don't understand when that's taken away from you and then it comes back. I've been reborn anyhow. So there, to give you context, there's a video that was put up by Cardi B called Wet and Gushy, and it's controversial because there's a lot of bobs in the video, but I mean, all the women look hot, including Kylie Jenner. She looks exceptionally hot. She really serves it up. So I was just making a joke video. The rap song is called Wet and Gushy, and Megan Stallion does an amazing job. She out-raps, in my opinion, Cardi B. I was trying to make a joke about, the follow-up, never mind, to that song, because Wet and Gushy is about the hoo-ha, and so they got to do something about the bobs. Anyhow, Attack of the Bobs. Hello, Robert. How are you, darling? They say time will heal my spinal fluid leak. So if it doesn't, then I have to have neurosurgery. But for now, caffeine. I have a nice coffee in here. It's not liquor. Caffeine, rest. Don't lift anything over 10 pounds. It should heal it. If it doesn't, it is right now. I am at a slightly increased risk of meningitis. I do not want a second brain infection, so I actually do have to mask myself up and glove myself up and maybe avoid public when going out in public when I can, because I can't afford to get sick again. I look better. My eyes are looking better. This is incredible. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to die. I literally thought I was going to die, and my brain was dying. I could have died. My brain managed to make it through. Thank you, brain. You've tortured me for months, but thank you. Do not get over. Yes, of course I saw. No, it was wet. It's WAG. It's not WAP. It's Wet and Gushy. It's WAG, not WAP. I also thought it was WAP. It's WAG. With my Wet and Gushy. Of course I know about WAG. Because Russell Brand did a response video that was mansplaining the anti-feminism of WAG, when really it's not necessarily anti-feminist to use your female sexuality as a form of entertainment or as a form of artistic self-expression, or just occupying the immense power that female sexuality has. And had I been better, but maybe that's what I could do when I'm bored, is I could make a response to Mr. Russell Brand, who, by the way, unfortunately, I do find him attractive, and his mind is very attractive, but he's a bad, bad, bad boy. And he's married now. And Katy Perry already went for that and didn't end up so well for Miss Perry. So I don't think end up that well. Plus, he does mansplain, and I think he's accidentally, maybe slightly, but he's well-intentioned. He's slightly arrogant. Oh, that's nice. I felt very sad when I saw the vids of you ill. Well, I see your name on the wall right there. You've got a fish. Oh, thank you, our man. I can't spin the wheel, but I can show you Bob's. Hold on a second. I'm myself again. This is fucking this has been insane. Again, pardon the pun. Just a minute. So let's show you guys know what the Bobs look like. They're giant. They gave me really big Bobs. This is what some girls do. They put electrical tape when, I'm dizzy when I stand up. My psychiatrist said that because I've gone off certain meds, it's also possible it's making me dizzier. It is you. I see everyone's name. D, well, somebody wanted a D, so I don't know whose name that is, but Jad, I have to contact Jad because he was trying to send me something, but I was too sick to answer him. And I think he thinks I'm upset with him. Jad, if you're watching, I'm not. I was too sick to answer you. And I actually have one more email to answer on Patreon, but I have to go slow. Because I like I said, my personality came back on, and back online, and I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta tone it down a bit. So thank you to Jad Nolan, Team for the Win, Joshua Pease Myers, James Balmer, Resperigu, Sharko, LOL, Sharko, Andrew, Wall Street Tech, Juna, Eileen, who was here last broadcast. I think I said Resperigu already. Thomas, Blind Fox, Julio, Mike D, Dizzy, Lassie, Afterlife, Battlefront, you were here. G, Gavigan, Mustang Justice, Emma, Matt, Steven, Mr. Salmon, Josh with the Bobs, Alias Gardens, Ephraim, Afterlife, Battlefront, again, Chris Arlett, Al Gibbs, Al South, Jamie, Guitar Beast 777, Steffi, Javier, Peter, Rob, Adam. And if I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Nolan, did I say Nolan? Oh, and Martin and Moleman. Moleman, are you here, Moleman? I think I got everybody. If I missed you, Adam, Chris Arlett, yes. So thank you to everybody who's on my wall right now. And thank you to the neurologist who diagnosed me. Oh, you're the prettiest girl in the room, the hour man. You are the prettiest girl. Do you know how long it's been since I haven't told someone they're the prettiest girl in the room? That's a thing we say on my stream. When somebody tips me, they become the prettiest girl in the room, and currently the hour man is the prettiest girl in the room. So just a minute. I can't even believe I'm better. I can't even believe this. This is unbelievable. I have made a miraculous, not complete recovery, but recovery. So I'm going to open the Bobs. Yo, what up, future MD? So when are you going to be an MD? What kind of MD are you? Are you a Dr. Vader or are you a Dr. MD? But we need Dr. Vaders. Just Dr. Vaders need to change, which means psychiatrists. Psychiatrists sometimes need to change their approach because they accidentally hurt patients. But I have a good psychiatrist now. So just a minute. Oh! So this will make this safe for YouTube if it sticks. Hopefully it sticks so I don't get into trouble. But getting into trouble is a lot of fun, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I couldn't make jokes. When I was sick, I had no sense of humor. I lost the ability to be witty. I don't even know what's happening to me. I have to calm down. It's overwhelming. Okay, as I put tape on giant fake breasts, because this is exactly what you should do as therapy. Mom, don't watch this one. My mother's watching my recovery. I know what I'm always in trouble. Trouble's my last name. I'm Davison Trouble. That's my actual name. This is not sticking to the Bobs. I'm very Bob. Oh, you can kind of see them. I'm covering up the thing that's most offensive to North American culture so that this passes the censors on YouTube. It's not sticking at all because the Bobs are too supple. How do we get through this? What about these? Would these stick on the Bobs? Oh, they might. They might. This might be our Lord and Savior. Because it's very unacceptable. Think of all the people that have been hurt by breasts. It's very serious breastness. Millions of people a year are harmed by the sight of breasts. Mr. Bitchy's definitely harmed by the sight of breasts. trauma. I'm trigger warning. Okay, last attempt. This is ridiculous. Okay, no, come on, stick, just stick. We want to get this is painful. This is taking a painful amount of time for me. Okay. Yeah. You were hit with a breastful drunk. Does that count? Yes, it does. And did it scar you for life? Did it give you a black eye? Did you wake up with an extra strong hangover, smiling, and you didn't know why? Okay, that's enough. YouTube, you're gonna have to deal with this. Oh, it's gonna fall off. Okay, so here they are. We'll just do one. So this YouTube is perfect. This is a chicken cutlet YouTube. It's just a giant piece of chicken. To see this uncensored, go to patreon.com/DavisonVideo. Wait, it's a giant chicken cutlet. Like, do you understand the size? No, of this chicken doesn't go there. Chicken goes here. So you see the size of the chicken? It's also for pregnancy. It's actually a pregnancy belly. This is about I'm 4 months pregnant right now. Okay, we're putting this away. We're putting away the chicken cutlet because that's what it is. I can show it to you backwards. Look how big that is. That's huge. Like, that's the size. And Mike put it on his face in the video where men try out the breast forms, the chicken breast forms. Look up the video, men try breast forms. And it actually fit over his entire face. It would fit over. Again, this could be a face mask as well. Oh, that image would do so well of me just like this on Insta Bobs. Can you imagine? People that are here are like, who is this person? We thought that you were innocent and dying of brain cancer. Well, I still do have a brain disorder. Maybe this is kind of evidence of that. So just... Okay, we will leave this here for now. The breasts were unfortunately oily, the breast forms, so I'm just going to wash my hands and I will be right back. I feel like I need to put on my mask, which makes no sense. I'm just going to the bathroom. Yeah, I'll be right back. And because I'm still sick, I am getting a little bit of a leak from my nose right now of the cerebrospinal fluid. So you gotta see it a little bit right there. So we got to calm me down a little bit. See? You can see in the light right there. That's the drip of this. That's my cerebrospinal fluid. So I'm not better fully yet. So I have to fight myself. And it's like a dog. We need like a cone that I put around my head that makes me calm down. I'm like a dog that wants to lick itself or scratch itself and just do too much. Where's Davison's cone? Again, and my compulsion is to like make a cone because that's me. But I might hurt I could make myself a cone out of paper towels. What's happening with the brain thing? Well, it's still here. I just showed you. I'm still dripping cerebrospinal fluid from my nose. I daily am going live as therapy because I need to retrain my brain to behave normally. This morning, you can see a video that I uploaded of me putting on my nail polish, having the episodes or non-epileptic but yet also dystonic attacks and paraphasic attacks. Dystonic is involuntary muscle contractions. Aphasic is when I have problems with language. Sometimes I sound like I'm mentally retarded, but I'm not. I'm not saying that pejoratively. I literally sound like I'm either drunk or I'm mentally challenged. But generally speaking, those attacks are more frequent in the morning. Then I'm better in the afternoon, and then they're worse in the evening. But they can happen at any time all day. And I get stabbing headaches, and then cerebral spinal fluid drips from my nose. So I got to take it easy because they're hoping that the leak seals wherever it's coming from in my brain. And then I can feel my forehead's a little hot. That's not good. That means I might have seizures again. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I feel it. I'm fine. Okay. Fuck. It's happening again. So me going live is trying to like train my brain to stop doing that involuntarily. But I think some of it I literally can't stop. See? So the brain thing is still very much there. It comes and it goes. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay. It's okay. Hi, Thomas. It's a big belly with an Audi. There you go. That's exactly what it is. And yes, I remember the one finger rule or one finger challenge. What's the one finger rule? You were hoping that what would be something interesting? The bobs? The bobs in the box? Because I know you're not interested in bobs. I don't know. I thought that aphasia, but the neurologist said I have paraphasia, not aphasia, whatever that means. I'm not entirely familiar with the distinction between aphasia and paraphasia. It's Broca's area in the brain, I believe, on your right hemisphere or the dominant side of the brain. I believe the dominant side of my brain is the right. But the right side of the brain generally is more logical. And then the left side of the brain is more creative. Let me just look this up. Left brain versus right. If you're mostly analytical and methodical and you're thinking you're to be left-brained, oh, okay. If you tend to be more creative or artistic, you're thought to be right-brained. Well, I'm right-brained. So, and the attacks on my personality, where I've had the most inflammation is definitively in my right brain. And I also have central serous retinopathy confirmed by a retinal scan in my right eye. So again, I say again so much lately. Also, as well, the neurologist said there is a small possibility they still haven't figured out what's wrong with me. And I can't leak cerebral spinal fluid with stabbing headaches for the next 6 months. I see him in 3 months, and if it's still happening, even in 6 weeks, he said he was going to try to speed it up a bit and get me seen by another doctor soon. I'll say we gotta fix this because I still can't sleep quite normally. I'm still dysfunctional in the morning and in the evening. But what's weird is then I get attacks. Ouch. It hurts. And then it goes away. I've done really well so far. No. And it's almost like a seizure. It's a seizure, and it's connected to G's. And this morning I called an umbrella a rain. An umbrella became a rain. Oh, Sean, that's so nice of you. And now I'm going to not talk properly. Hold on. My head is hurting. Now my head is stabbing here. Hold on. Thank you. You're the prettiest girl in the room and the most beautiful woman on my wall. Oh my God, it's going to drain. My nose is going to drip again. Oh, it's dripping down the back of my throat. It's so awful. Okay. Oh, I know the difference. I've studied that aphasia is when you completely mix up words. For example, my son orange yesterday. Paraphasia means you have trouble pronouncing words. No, or miss words. No, but I completely miss words sometimes. It hasn't happened. It happened a bit this morning when I was painting my nails, and I said, no touch face, instead of saying, I was trying to say, I shouldn't touch my face, but I said, no touch face, nails wet, no touch face. And I have so many neurological symptoms because depending on what area of my brain is malfunctioning, different things happen. The involuntary movements, the dystonia, the aphasia, the seizures, the non-epileptic seizures I have, the myoclonus. I get myoclonus. I don't know, because I kind of made a little gasp when he said paraphasia. I was like, bah! And he kind of laughed, and he was fascinated that I understood the terminology and the work of Norman Doidge. God, we've really switched gears from the beginning of this broadcast, but that's what I do, right? I oscillate between two Davisons. I explained this before. Half of my brain is Davison, which is creative and wild, the right side. The left side is very logical, rational, and enjoys information and neurology instead of nerbobogy. Right now, I don't feel very fun though because I've had an attack, so I've kind of my energy level dropped a little bit. So yes, I remember the one thing, a fingin dingin. I also, if you can figure this out, it's a gingin. I gin 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 gin. I say a lot of G's when I fucking gin 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 dingin. I dingin and I don't gin dingin. I sound gingin. I sound Swedish. And when someone says something with a G, it actually makes they're stabbing in my head whenever someone says the letter G. Even me saying G is hurting my head. Explain that. And now the fluid's leaking. And I should tell the neurologist that. But when light shines in my face, my eyes look a little better. I look less like a raccoon because I was looking pretty raccoonish this morning. It's still pretty dark under my eyes. For some people, I'm one of them. Language is controlled by both sides of the brain. I reckon it's good you're training your speech. Yes, it is. That's what I'm supposed to do repetitively. I was learning Chinese before I got sick. That might help me. I noticed too that it's easier for me to speak French than to speak English sometimes when I have attacks, which is interesting, which means French is located in a different region of my brain. I tried to explain that to people and they look at me like I'm crazy because when you have knowledge that other people don't necessarily have, it's not common knowledge, they start to think that you're uncommon and therefore weird. But people in the know understand that language is, as you said, in different regions of the brain. And depending on the language, it seems to be in different regions of the brain, which protects certain people from dementia in later life. The more languages you know, the less likely you are to suffer from dementia. So, and I've noticed, this is outside of all this, I noticed today, again, I was craving to have a glass of red wine, and I don't drink, or I rarely drink. But I've had it happen a couple times recently where I've craved alcohol, but they gave me on and off over the last month, like 6 or 7 doses of benzos, and benzos affect GABA receptors in your brain. And I have avoided touching that medicine again. And I feel that my brain must still be in some kind of withdrawal from the benzos, and there's a slight GABA imbalance. So it's making me crave a glass of wine. Isn't that creepy? So I'm like, I can't wait to dump the benzos down the toilet. And somewhere out there, as Max had said, there's a drug addict or a recreational drug user crying that I dare dump probably what is worth $500 or more of benzos down the toilet. And then someone said somewhere out there, there's going to be a fish having the best day of his life after you dump your benzos down the toilet. I know I'm supposed to take them back to the pharmacy, but ain't nobody got time for that. Yes, that's what the neurologist was saying. The brain is a giant mystery. But it's not once they start sticking electrodes in it and keep you conscious, sort of. But there's redundancies in the brain. That's what I had wanted to say. That's what I had said the other day. I realized there's redundancies in our personality, sort of, or consciousness rather, in our brain. And that's sort of why the consciousness has always been described as, id, ego, superego, and then basic functions. Because it's true, because the brain's goal is to have the body survive, even if it's impaired. So when half my brain shut off, because literally half my brain shut off, this side took over, and this side was more rational and calm, and is named May. The creative, crazy side of my brain is named Davison, and I'm very more dominant on this. And my interests changed, my food taste changed. I'm much more patient with doing brain games and and being rational and following through things methodically when I'm dominant here. But unfortunately, this brain is the crazy Davison creative brain is so much stronger and just tells this one to sometimes shut the fuck up. So benzos are pure evil. Benzos are heaven and hell. Benzos make you feel so good. I have never enjoyed a drug as much as I've enjoyed benzos. I love benzos. I hate that I love them. That's why I'm dumping them in the toilet, because you go into massive withdrawal and you get addicted to them within like a week. I'm sorry. Within a couple doses, if you like benzos, your brain's like, where's my benzo? And that's bad. And people have had, when they go off of benzos, it takes their brains like 2 years to recover. And already I can tell me craving alcohol, even though I never crave alcohol, I think is a symptom of that. And right now, if I could, I would dump them out. And I'm getting nervous, but I won't, because I'm keeping them, because in case I have another seizure that's really bad, if you take a benzo, it calms your whole nervous system down. Has anybody else here ever taken a benzo? Oh, yes. Dr. Coconut Jonathan, my best friend. He's also learning Japanese. Konnichiwa. Took my ex 2 years to get off of them. Exactly. Oh, I don't want to think too much about them because it's going to stress me out. This is what my brain likes to do when I'm stressed out now. Hi. Hi. I'm live. Or you got more groceries? I'm live, but you got more groceries?
Yes, I got something to show you.
What? Is it okay to show me while live?
What?
Can you show me while I'm live?
Yes.
Okay. Now I've got wet and gushy stuck in my head. By the way, I also get earworms now. Since I've gotten this neurological illness, sometimes songs come into mind.
I got your stuff, but I also stopped at Walmart.
You got shorts?
No.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Why is it hot?
I don't know. I don't want to. I just bought it just to show.
Yeah, I've had this before. It's for mom and son try.
It's gross, though.
No, it's delicious. I used to have this in the 80s. I've had this many times.
In the 80s?
Yes, this has been around since probably the 1960s, 60s.
Oh, my God. How?
It's mac and cheese bologna. It's really good. So we're going to do Max, sit down.
No,
we can do mom and son try again because I'm not dead.
I have to put stuff away.
But not right now. But I'm not dead, so I thought I was going to die. Guys, and that Max would at least have my mom and son try videos to look back on. It's true. I really did think I was going to die, Max. I was close to dying. I could still die in case they get in case they haven't figured out what's wrong with me. And I still worry because we have carpet beetles in here and they have tiny larvae. This is one of my random theories, which hopefully is not true. I still worry that maybe I have a carpet beetle there, swimming around in there, something small, because it's not something large and there's no large lesion because I've had far too much brain imaging. And I have, I've got balance. My eye tracking is intact. But there's a small chance I could still have either malignancy or maybe something infectious, or hopefully not a carpet beetle bug. Anyhow, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's mac and cheese bologna, not mac and cheese ham. Thank you very much. Max got that man bread? Yes, he does. Oh, no. The bread you mean that he used to buy the groceries? No, the bread that he used to buy the groceries is from the mom. He just did the chore of groceries, but I didn't even know he was going to go get groceries. Oh, you don't know the difference between ham and, well, one is porco? Oh, peroquito. Peroquito, no peroquito, no peroquito. Porco. Peroquito is a bird, isn't it? Peroquito, periquito. No, ma periquito, c'est porco. Porco, yeah, porco. No, was porco a pig? porco español. Wait, porco. Porco. No, si porso? No, porco. So bologna, Google Translate that. Again, I'm getting zinging again. I can't help it. Translate. Google the. I hate when I do stuff like this. I get pain when I do that. There's a neurological explanation for what's going on. There's still some neuroinflammation or transient attacks of neuroinflammation. I still worry they haven't completely figured it out, but it doesn't seem to be so acute that it's killing me quickly, and I seem to be recovering in some ways. So let's just run with it. So bologna. Spanish. Bologna. No porco, Bologna. Yo lo sé. I know, Verishanuda. I was saying that we need a Davison cone, like paper towels, and because the old Davison would have run to the kitchen and put a giant, mass of paper towels around her neck to emulate a dog cone, because I need to save myself from myself. Because all my energy came back. So it's like, what do I do? I'm so excited. Like when you've been cut off from yourself, it's like not having coffee for a week and you're like in withdrawal. I've been in withdrawal from myself. So I just want to run. I want to scream. I want to laugh. I can feel again. And so, yeah, it's a little bit much and I got to slow myself down a little bit. But at the same time, what am I going to do all day? I can't go out for a walk alone. I enjoy talking with you guys. It's good for me to talk. So I'm live. I'm tired. I feel tired. I didn't sleep enough. I have to force myself to go to bed earlier tonight, but I do get nightmares that I am never getting better. That's been the recurrent nightmare lately, is that I had a nightmare last night that I have dementia and I'm hospitalized again. It's just been bad. And my sleep was good the other night, but I've also been reducing a medication. Oh dear, that was too hard. So that's why it's harder for me to sleep. So John said, benzos are the only psych med they gave me years ago when they said I had an anxiety disorder. They were 10 milligrams benzos. Well, it depends on what kind of benzo. There's not just Ativan. The milligrams that you take varies depending on the benzo. You just know it's a benzo if it ends in PAM, like oxazepam or Ativan. But Ativan's drug name ends in PAM. Ativan is lorazepam, I think. Lorazepam. So they gave me both oxazepam, which I dumped out. They tried to make me take oxazepam every day for a month. That would have killed me. Thank God, even with half my brain gone, I knew that was a bad idea. And then now I have a bunch of Ativan, like a lot, and it bothers me, and I want to dump it in the toilet. It scares me. I wish I could dump all of my meds, with the exception of my vitamins, in the toilet, but I have to go slow. Not for Ativan. Ativan I'm just not taking, but definitely for the olanzapine I'm still on. I got to go slow. Yeah, just get cognitive behavioral therapy, Mr. Bitchy. What else did you get? Oh, this is all my bars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I'm at. You know what's a good sign, Max?
What?
I'm not as hungry as I used to be.
Okay.
My Davison's regular personality is to just fast, right? I was doing keto and fasting, so now you're putting all this food out, and I'm like, I am not hungry.
Oh, you asked for it.
No, I know I need it. I still need it, but I'm not hungry. You got me 3 boxes.
It's 3 for $9.
How much? How many shorts did you get?
2.
Good job.
I got them off of Amazon. I only went to Walmart to get like
What would you get at Walmart?
a bottle of water.
Why would you go to Walmart for a bottle of water?
Right next to the gym.
Oh, okay. I was like, why would you go to Angrigno?
No.
Oh, okay. My face can move. I had flattened affect, guys. When I was sick, and when my personality, my facial movements are controlled, it seems, not completely, but by the right side of my brain. By your personality dictates your facial movements. Oh my God. So now that my personality is back, my face is slowly more and more. Like you saw the thumbnail for this. I was like, I couldn't do that. I had said this before. You weren't here. You weren't here for it, Dr. Bitchy, or Mr. Bitchy, soon to be Dr. Bitchy. That's funny. I called you Dr. Bitchy, but you're Mr. Bitchy because you're studying to be a doctor. But I would experience trying to smile as physical pain in my brain, and it was in the side of my brain. When I laugh, and I couldn't laugh, so I tried to, whenever something would make me happy, like I'd win on a video game, because my rational brain would play a lot of video games, I would experience it as physical pain, and I'm sure a functional MRI would have supported that, would have proven that there was something misfiring or not happening in here that should have been happening. No, it blocked that. It blocked that comment from being shown. YouTube thought your comment was inappropriate, Dr. Bitchy. How dare you, Dr. Bitchy? I'm scandalized. Oh my God, I'm more and more. Do you guys see how much more and more I am of myself? Like every day I get better. Every day I'm making jokes I never would have made before. I'm moving. I know I have to take it easy, Veritanuda, but it's crazy. Oh, I love you too, Veritanuda. I love you. Thank you for taking care of me. You're looking out for this girl. Why didn't they believe you at the hospital? Because not all doctors are experts, especially ER doctors. And they are trained to think when they hear hooves, there's a saying in medicine, when you hear the thunder of hooves, think horses, not zebras. And by the way, that's very Eurocentric. Because if you were in Africa, you'd think zebras. But so your damn fucking Western Eurocentric medicine, your medicinal saying in medicine is, think of the simplest solution, like Dr. House would rule out the simple solutions and would get really mad with people in the ER, but then he would handle the complex cases. I needed to find my Dr. House. And I was not finding a Dr. House. And also I have not presented typically. And also because in the ER, I was actually quite possibly suffering from serotonin syndrome on top of brain inflammation. Because every time I take a serotonergic drug, my tremors, my non-epileptic seizures, and my aphasia gets worse. It gets worse. I get more stabbing head pains whenever there's serotonin that's kicking around in my body. So they didn't believe me because also we're in Quebec. And in Quebec, it's the land of the fucking asshole. So the doctor, one of the doctors was, I didn't want to say it. I was about to say something that was really mean and emotional. It was just very emotional. I was about to be verbally abusive towards that doctor in a way that is not fair. So I won't. One of them saw me 3 times. It's also because I got the same doctor 3 times at 2 different hospitals. What are the fucking chances? So he's like, you again? You must be crazy. And because I had a misdiagnosis of psych on my fucking hospital records, they thought I was going crazy when I was fucking brain inflamed. And because my CT scan didn't show anything, they weren't familiar with functional neurologic disorder that's post-infectious. Because it's rare. What I have is like 1 in a fucking million. Sucks. But good news is I'm probably not dying from it. Also, they couldn't test my cerebral spinal fluid dripping from my nose in the ER, nor are they fucking neurologists. ER doctors are trained for acute conditions. I am not an acute condition. I was acute when I had serotonin syndrome, but they were too fucking stupid to realize that what was wrong with me. I did more research and frequently know more or have known more. I haven't known everything because it's not me that diagnosed me with functional neurological disorder. So let's be fair. I thought I had a prion disease because of my symptoms. I thought maybe I had rabies at the beginning of it because I did have all the symptoms of rabies with the exception of dying after fucking a short prodrome. And then I worried that I maybe had a parasite, which still could be possible, but is less and less likely as I continue to improve. So they are unprofessional in Quebec. Quebec is the land of the unprofessional human fucking beings. Sometimes it means that they're warm, but God damn it, we have a problem with assholes in this province. And it's an ass. Culturally, we are fucking impolite and unfucking professional in Quebec. That's why they argue with everybody else in Canada. To be Quebecois is to fucking argue with everyone. Sometimes. Not all Quebecois. I don't want to make generalizations. I myself am half fucking French Canadian. Okay, I like French Canadian men. I seem to have that's my fetish. But we have a problem in here. But at least I met a brilliant neuroscientist on Friday, and I have a psychiatrist now who's great, who believes me and believes what the doctor said, and she's supportive of me gradually getting off the medication. She knows that the serotonin almost killed me. She feels very sad for what happened in the hospital. They were well-intentioned, but they fucking tortured me. And now we're here. I'm getting better. I can move my face. I can breathe again. I've got energy. It's just a matter of time. This was just an episode of my life that will be turned into a book and some videos and a report on CTV News. So you might enjoy Quebec as long as you don't get hospitalized. No, you will. There's great things about Quebec. I mean, I've lived here for 20 fucking years. So 22 years. Oh my God, I've lived here for 22 years. Oh my God. Anyhow, no, yes, I've kind of lived here for 22 years, kind of technically 21. But Quebec has amazing food, amazing restaurants. In the summer, it's beautiful. Rent was cheap, less cheap. I don't recommend paying cheap rent, cheaply maintained building. Very passionate, very warm, very friendly when they're not being assholes. But you get them mad, or they'll just tell you to your face they don't fucking like you here sometimes, and it gets obnoxious. But that's sort of, maybe, I don't know if it's like that in Latin America. I think the Latin American people actually are a little bit more chill. There's more chill to people who are Spanish on average than the French Canadians. French Canadians, sometimes they ain't got no fucking chill. Versus, Latin culture, you love each other. We dance. We have the salsa. We have the siesta, familia. We've got family. Here they're like, I'm independent. Fuck you. Let's get drunk. Let's party. I love you. I fucking hate you. Slap. That's what Quebec's like. Thank you, John. Thank you for putting in your application to be my ex-boyfriend. Warm and friendly enough. No, they're assholes 50% of the time. You'll love it here. They were gaslighting me. I don't want to scream, but yes, Bill, they were accidentally gaslighting me. And that's what the neurologist said to me on Friday. He's like, people who have your condition are often labeled crazy when they're completely aware of what's going on and they can't control their bodies or their minds or their mouths. I already couldn't control my mouth. Imagine now. Oh, so French people from France are assholes. It's true. So, but we're like the warmer assholes of the French. I'll try Paris because they said they'll spit in my food and tell me to fuck off. So, oh, that's your kink. So Dr. Bitchy's kink is to be, so you're a bottom. You're the boy. This boy is a bottom. For the people who like TikTok tutorials, run away. This conversation is for bottoms. You're a bad bottom. That's what you are. Of course you love that song. It's your song. That's your song, Mr. Bitchy. Would it get copyrighted if I played it? But again, that's Davison going over the top. I have to conserve my energy. I want to play that song. Quebecois are nicer than France, that's true, but way worse than Acadians. You are probably really right. But again, not all Quebecois, not all Anglophones. We have a tendency to really like to, we like to what's the word I'm looking for? I feel the stabbing in my head right now, so it's making me harder to find my word. It's making it harder to find my words. Don't make generalizations. People like to stereotype. I don't want to stereotype ethnic groups, but we can sort of make generalizations sometimes and have them be a little bit accurate, right? Amongst genders, amongst nationalities. But don't do that if you're white, because as a white person, you have far too much privilege. Dr. Coconut, you're making me laugh. So we have a Dr. Coconut here, and we have a Dr. Bitchy here. It is by William. I love William too. I love William with all of my soul. He's amazing. He's beautiful sometimes. He. Well, she, when she's, wait, don't tell me. Do not tell me her name. No, William, that is her name. Is William always her name? Yes, William's always her name. How confusing, isn't it? Because I'm not thinking of, know who else I love is, wow, this is making my brain work. My brain has problems with certain memory. Someone Thunderpuss. Wow, I'm in. Hold on. Yes, William from RuPaul Drag Race. Drag Race. I'm having an attack, guys. It sucks. Thunderpuss, like my hair. Wow, this is hard for my brain right now. I had memory problems for a long time when my brain was inflamed. It was really bad, and it's gotten better. Thunderpuss. Is that her last name? No, it's not Thunderpuss. What's her last name? I love my hair. Hair by Drag Queen. Hair, Drag Queen. No, Hair, song.
What song?
Look at my hair. I don't wear wigs. Look at my hair. I don't wear wigs. Look at my hair. You know what I'm talking about, Max? I don't wear wigs. No, Thunderfuck. Is that her last name? Look at, I don't wear wigs. This is my hair. That's by, yes, Thunderfuck. Alaska Thunderfuck. Sorry, YouTube. This has already been demonetized. I love Alaska Thunderfuck. Yes. So William is always William. We all love RuPaul's drag race here. We all love drag queens. I didn't know this about all of us. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. This is my hair. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. This is my hair. So that boy's a bottom. I swear to God, I'll get copyrighted if I play it, but I really want to play it. So let's just fuck it. Let's just play it. This boy is a bottom. This boy is a bottom. That was a bad run. This boy is a bottom. Okay, so he's just a boy, but he's a bottom. Make him try to top, he'll cry. Oh. I'm about to get copy struck by Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. Because Boy is a Bottom is copyright claimed by Girl on Fire. Because to give you guys some context, This Boy is a Bottom is a parody of This Girl is on Fire. So, yeah. And I love singing, by the way. I don't do it enough. I can actually sing. That's one little known talent of Davison. I'm okay. I'm not the best, but I'm a mezzo soprano, and I took vocal lessons and I can sing. I should probably sing as therapy. I should, because I hid this me singing. Like I sung silly songs for years, but never seriously. I can't hear the original anymore either. I can't. And then I laugh. We all snicker to ourselves, right? So we'll put on Hair. Because Thunderfuck. No, the more I say that, the more Google's AI is like demonetize. I heard the word fuck. Fuck you. No ads. No money. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. I should watch RuPaul's Drag Race as I am recovering. Here we go. Oh, I love this song. It's been a while. Okay, wait.
No. Honey, this is the third time she's called today. She's getting very impatient. She wants you to be the new spokesperson for her Wigs by Vanity. And listen to the bull she left on my voicemail today.
Listen to this. I'm not going to ask you again to be the spokesperson for Wigs by Vanity. Can you understand me?
Maybe you should do it, hon. After all, you do have the crispiest wigs in Hollywood.
Imelda, cancel my appointment. Maria, take a
This
letter.
is such a long intro.
'Cause I'm only
This intro is too long. Oh.
This is my hair. This is my hair. This is my hair. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. This is my hair. This is my hair.
Oh, it's just my hair. Sorry, it's been a while.
This is
My hair.
This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. 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 This is my hair.
Oh, it's not out of what rigs yet. Anyhow, you guys get it. It's there's very few lyrics to the song. In case you can't tell. This boy is a bottom. I don't want to get in anger. I wish the neurologist could watch me 24/7, and when I get stabbing pains everywhere, like I know he's right, but I still worry there's an infection somewhere behind my eye, which gave me central serous retinopathy, which is still in my brain and it's not better yet. I don't want to be risking my brain. It's all I have. I lost half my brain for so long. Oh, the sun feels so good. But I look better and better. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. It does deserve a Grammy for lyrical content. And I served looks while I was doing it. This is my hair. This is my hair. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. This is my hair. I don't wear wigs. And this is actually my hair, and I don't wear wigs. Who's banging? Someone was banging. When the walls are knocking, when the walls are rocking, don't come a knocking. This is a live stream. It's very important. Go away, neighbor. I don't give a shit. You should watch it. I love I actually love the personality of Alaska Thunderfuck, and she, I believe, no, she's the brother of Gigi Gorgeous's ex-boyfriend. Oh, I love voguing. Again, if I was old Davison, I would do something really risky right now, and I would do a death drop. I have a brain infection. I'm doing death drops. I'm just like, boom. And then I give myself a skull fracture on top of a brain infection. That sounds like a great plan. I'm not familiar, Bill. Energy. I never thought this broadcast would digress into this, actually, because this is more of an informal chat today, and this is more like the live streams that I would do here, but sometimes on LOL Pervs or Davison Video, my main channel. So I'm discovering things today. This is good for my brain. Discovery, education, new information is great for the brain, great for the meninges. So Vanji for my meninges. I don't know how they would do that, Dr. Coconut. VANJIE. Oh, yeah, see, I haven't watched that season. of Drag Race. Wait, what did she say?
Hi, this is Vanessa Benjamin Taylor. I'm going to be creating my final runway look, and I'm going to take you from this to...
She has a lot of sass. She's a lot of sass.
Get these cookies.
Does she sing?
First, you got to take away the man, and that's by shaving. Don't come to no gig, lumpy, bumpy, and scruffy.
First, you gotta take away the man, bitch.
Be right back. After you shave off.
She's hilarious. I'm gonna watch her later. She's hilarious. It's called Death Drop for a reason. But you have to do a death drop right. For those of you who are not into drag queen culture or gay culture or whatever, a death drop is, I can make a Care Bear do a death drop. But Davison, should you be getting up and getting a Care Bear to make the Care Bear do a death drop? I mean, it seems like a great idea, but it's back to me being so excited. Sean's checking out. Sean's team. I gotta go. I don't watch Drag Race. I love you, Sean. Thank you for the tip. Do you want me to add anything to your fish? Is there anything I can do for you, baby? I see your name. I see your fish. I see the color of your logo right there. It's the same. It's turquoise blue. I'm worse in the morning, better in the afternoon, on and off. Although you've seen me have a few phases. Attacks, which right now I'm having an attack because half my face is deciding to do this. Okay, we'll make a Care Bear do a death drop. Hold on. Okay, bye. Go. Have a good night. Good night. Sweet dreams. Yeah, see how freaky it is? Hold on. Wait. I want to. Hold on. Oh, it's gone. My face went down, which is good, but it just went down. Damn it. I wanted to film it. Okay, so death drop. So a death drop is where you're voguing, you're like, do. And like voguing has like really cool, like improvised often like raps. Like where there's an announcer that's like cheers you on. So we're voguing. We're voguing. Da 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 da. Wait. This is very elaborate with this Care Bear that has very short limbs. So my Care Bear is trying to do like the voguing moves, and then you go whoosh, and you stick your leg up and you drop. But because you stick your leg up, when you drop to the ground, you kind of slide into the ground instead of dropping dead to the ground. So it's like you're going chick, 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 boom. That's a death drop. Is that? No, I can't believe it's my life right now. I'm getting facial dystonia after 8 months of brain infection while explaining to my audience what a death drop is by using a Care Bear with a rainbow, which is very appropriate. Pride. The original Pride Bear is right here, my friends. Yeah, this is me. The psychiatrist is now watching this broadcast and is like, you're not better, honey. I don't know. Hopefully there's no buggies in her because we have a problem with carpet beetles in here that like to eat fabric. So I have to be very, very careful. I think she's clean though. It's a girl. It's a girl who's in drag. So wait, no, it's a she. She goes by she. So that's her pronoun. And it's not because she's pink. And your boys can like pink too. Yeah, I think she doesn't have the bugs, so I have to keep her up top because we cannot afford for me to be around bugs. Hold on. I mean, even look at the shirt I'm wearing. Who do you think you are? Me? That's exactly who I am. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, motherfuckers. Oh, bye, John. I'm sorry. John, I talk to you later. I know I'm trying to divide my attention between everyone. Someone should make a GIF of me doing a death drop with a Care Bear. Please GIFify this live broadcast. So Bill says, what is your prediction of what will happen with the app TikTok? Oh, God. Oh, dystonia. Hold on. You said TikTok, my face fucked up. Oh, it's going down again. What the fuck? Well, it didn't last. That one didn't last very long. It's doing it again. What the fuck? Oh no, this is sometimes an aura that I'm going to have seizures. Oh, weird. My eyebrows raising on its own. Oh my God. It literally, my eyebrows raising on its own. This one. Oh, creepy. I can feel it. Maybe I had a theory that some of this dystonia is my face coming back online. So because my personality is reflected in my face, as my brain's rewiring, it makes my face go crazy because it's reestablishing connections. Sorry, this is very overwhelming for me. Because I have a very, very expressive face, and I didn't have a very expressive face. So I think possibly my face is coming back online, which is a crazy thing to say. I should make a real doll that looks like me. There was already a female comedian who did that. Okay, bye, Mr. Bitchy. I love you. I'm getting better. Let's hope this keeps up. I'm very, very, very cautiously optimistic because I still can't sleep properly. I still get nightmares. I still get dystonia. I still get seizures. I still feel very dizzy when I stand up. I'm fine right now because I'm sitting down. Amanda, how are you, sweetheart? Amanda is a YouTuber as well. She's from the Montreal YouTube community, which kind of sort of fell apart because a lot of people couldn't keep making content because YouTube basically booted everyone out of the partner program. How have you been doing, sweetheart? Everyone say hi to Amanda. We actually have a girl in the room. This is rare. Now there are 2 girls in the room. So what's my prediction of what will happen to TikTok? I think TikTok is going to be as big as Instagram, and it's not going anywhere. And I don't think fucking our terrible, it's not even my president, the terrible American president known as Donald Trump. I was about to say Donald Bush. What the fuck? Donald Trump, I don't think he'll succeed in blocking the app, and there would be too much of a public backlash, and it would cost him the re-election, quite frankly, if he blocks TikTok. And I mean, maybe I'm naive, and maybe China does have plans of world domination, but I don't think they're doing it through TikTok. But then again, Facebook kind of accidentally became a world dominating force, so possibly TikTok will. And I have this theory, okay, going like 100 years into the future, that as our consciousness, as immortality becomes possible through technology, we will eventually have to sign up for a social media service that houses our consciousness. And the only people that are in a good position to do that are Google, Facebook, and TikTok. Does that make sense? I think it does. So Amanda says, yeah, the community's fallen apart, but I'm still creating it in school now. Been seeing your tweets recently, decided to pop in. Yeah, I got a brain infection back in January. A virus likely attacked my brain, and my brain gradually shut down, and I lost the ability to work. I lost the ability to sleep. I was hypersalivating. I couldn't cry. I couldn't laugh. I stopped being Davison. I stopped liking the things I used to. My food preferences changed. And I got heightened anxiety, which led me to think it was, and psych doctors in the hospital think it was psychiatric when really it was neurological. So I went through several months of psychiatric hospitalizations that were undeserved because nobody knew any better. And only recently, as I got more seizures and involuntary movements, actually I'm having one right now here, did the neurologist figure out, a brilliant neurologist put it together, and I have functional neurologic disorder as a result of having had something attack my brain. And now my whole personality is coming back online. I have a second lease in life. I died. Davison died. Davison, the dominant part of my personality, died. For a while, I was just my first name, which was logical, and I kept doing obsessively brain games to try to keep my intellect alive. But I survived, and I'm getting better, but I still have seizures, non-epileptic seizures, involuntary facial movements. Sometimes my brain gets scrambled and I can't think properly, so I feel like I'm kind of mentally challenged. I'll stop saying retarded, but it's a good word because my brain's literally moving slower when it happens. And I have a leak in my sinuses somewhere. I'm leaking cerebral spinal fluid from my brain. So my brain, my blood-brain barrier is leaky. And if that doesn't patch, I'll have to get surgery on my brain. But for now, we're working with doing occupational therapy and the conservative treatment of hoping that it'll patch over time. So Instagram's launching the doll. The doll can do death drops for you, yes it can. Instagram's launching Reels. Instagram is stupid, and Reels on Instagram possibly is going to be like Google's attempt at being Google Plus. It's going to be laughable and it's going to suck. Instagram already sucked at IGTV. They're going to fucking suck at Reels. And I guess I have to join that now. I jumped out of the content creation rat race when I got sick, and I had no interest. I was dysfunctional. I was in this heightened state of anxiety. I was demented. It was brutal, but because my brain had shut down, I had no interest in it. I accepted that the last video I made on, or I edited, of the Orbeez bath that I had released on YouTube would quite possibly be the last video of my life. I was preparing to die because half my brain shut down. So I felt like I was fucking dead. This is all a great book. Like, I'm going to write a book about it, which I have to start. Actually, after I get off of this, I'll start writing, because if I don't, it'll never get done. And I'll lose the passion for it. As I get better, I want to focus on living, but I sometimes should focus on documenting to create a product that will help people, because I was tortured by the mental health system. So, but I'm back, bitches. There's no way that the Instagram is okay. Maybe I'll be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but there's no fucking, you can't topple TikTok. It has the heart of the generation before my son's generation. Max, yeah. What are you? You're a Generation Y? You're a Zennial? No, you're not a Zoomer. You're too old. My son's now 20, so he's not a Zoomer. So it has the heart of the Zoomers. You're not a millennial. You're okay. I guess you are. You're a cusper. You're between a Zoomer and a millennial. I think of you more as a kind of a millennial. And your mother, I'm also on the cusp. I'm actually Generation X. I'm between, which these things are also fucking arbitrary, these generational distinctions, yet they are slightly accurate. But TikTok got in there too hard and too fast and too strong with the younger generation. So there's no way that Instagram is going to eat lunch. The only thing Instagram has is its huge user base, but they've alienated it by their algorithms by making it harder for your content to reach your audience. So they got greedy. And they're good for photos, and that's what we associate them as. You really, as anything, as any entity, you really can only be known super well for one, maximum two things. So Instagram, stick to photos and Instagram Live, okay? Let TikTok be fucking TikTok. That's it. TikTok does have cultural problems, and I'm glad a competitor exists, because TikTok aligns with the moral values of China increasingly, and is misogynistic, is inconsistent about its treatment of women's bodies. We'll call cleavage porn. I'm sorry, I have breasts. Do I have to wear this? Actually, I do, because I had a lot of experiences wherein, I would get flagged because the bots, it would not even just be TikTok, but bots were designed to detect cleavage, and it would automatically remove my video, even though it's like even though I don't even have big old tig old biddies. I don't even have tig old biddies. It would still take it down. Yes, I use Twitter. I'm Davison Video on Twitter. Bill, have you been here before? Are you new? I thought I'd seen you before. Tig Old Biddies, Ray William Johnson. That's a classic. I love Tig Old Biddies. I want to listen to that. Hold on. I will get a copyright claim from Ray William Johnson if we listen to Tig Old Biddies. From Maker Studios, I think, owned Tig Old Biddies. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh. Yeah, I'm going to be copyrighted for this broadcast, but it's okay.
It was the first day back to school, cutting up in class, acting like a tool. Friends were rolling in, we started talking about the summer. DJ saw Twilight. I spoke up and I asked my friends, are there
I don't know if this is aged so well. So far, this isn't as good as I remember it.
any new girls, 9s or 10s? Hoping a few hotties that moved from other cities and in walk this girl with Tig Old Biddies. I can't believe my eyes. In a contest, they win first prize. Double D guarantee. I was checking the size. It's like 2 beach balls in a shirt disguise. For Earth and Mars, having some fun. Oh, wait, I take it back. It's like 2 of the sun. But at this point, I let my mind run and drifted off thinking about the Tig Old Biddies. Ha! Tig Old Biddies. Now Fuji brought its twin. Tig Old Biddies. 2 felons in a shirt. Tig Old Biddies. Tig Old Biddies. Books in my lap. Tig Old Biddies. Head bobbing as she walks. Tig Old Biddies. Oh my God. Tig Old Biddies.
Woo! Be careful. You are a young lad, Devin. Wait, I don't care. Age into a certain degree is just a number. It really is. Okay. Yeah. So can we just take a minute to think about someone having to code a bot that could analyze women's chests? That's creepy. Oh yeah, it's creepier than that. TikTok at one point was caught suppressing videos of people with facial deformities, and TikTok's bot will analyze how beautiful your face is, and if you don't make the grade, they might suppress your content. So if you have strong facial symmetry, naturally people would be predisposed to like you a little bit more, but the bot will push you further and you will become more famous. They literally have algorithms that they tested on Douyin, TikTok's Chinese equivalent, that graded people until and graded and analyzed and organized content until they were delivering the maximally effective content, which they determined corresponded with high degree of facial symmetry and attractiveness. And they've got Douyin down to an art. So they just took the Douyin technology and imported it over to TikTok. And it is scary because then it also reinforces the beauty bias of children and culture. But I don't think we ever escape our beauty bias. You guys aren't immune to your own beauty biases. I'm not. I like a nice pair of abs and a pair of abs. That doesn't make sense. I like a pair of pecs. No, pair of abs. Is that right? My brain as it comes back online is doubting that. Pair of abs. A pair of abstract paintings. Is it? Do you say I like a nice pair of abs? Is that accurate? The Care Bear did do his job. It was death dropped 3 times to Tig Old Biddies. Okay, guys, I have to put you on hold for a second. I have to use the bathroom. Please hold. Okay, we've now been broadcasting for an hour and a half. I have a tendency to go live for 2 hours. Whoa, that is bright. It fills in my face nice though. It hides the dark circles. It's a little grainy though. Am I too grainy? I should invest in a better webcam. I know we're used to this. By the way, no, I won't spoil this for. Oh, good. Hold on, that wasn't good. I'm gonna have a seizure just a minute. Oh. Whoa. I really hope that they haven't missed something and that I have a brain infection that they still haven't fixed, or paraneoplastic syndrome, because I can feel myself heating up in a way that suggests that I'm about to have more seizures because I'm all hot, and that only happens when my serotonin peaks, because whatever this is making my serotonin levels too high. Okay, guys, I think you're getting bored, although I mean I could stick around and hang out waiting for the next cohort of people to drop into the live, because I've been live for a while. I could share this again. Hi, if you're here, don't be shy. Say something. This is part of my therapy to recover from my functional neurologic / post-infectious neurological disorder. I'm not 100%. I just had a mini seizure. Is this working? And now I'm getting headaches again. It's such a bummer when that happens. Why is it so dark? The weather is not normal. I think there's about to be a thunderstorm. That's what it feels like. I feel like the pressure changed. I need a snack, people. Let's have a snack. I normally don't snack when I live stream, but you're going to listen to me, watch me snack. Hit the like button if you're here, please. Montreal weather warning. Montreal, chance of rain weather warning, because it feels like it could even be a tornado. We had a tornado here not a while back. A couple years ago, it was the opposite of tornado. No alerts. Okay, we had a supercell. I think it was called reverse tornado supercell. Wow, my brain's not working right. No. What's a reverse tornado? Microburst. We had a microburst several years ago in my community, like not that far away. Which is basically like a tornado. It's like a giant change in pressure. It's like a column of air that drops onto the ground, and it's almost like an atomic bomb, and makes everything explode. To destroyed it, flattened this park of trees. It flattened trees and houses. Remarkably, no one was in the park. No one was in the park when the microburst hit, and has a tendency to hit parks for some reason, like just open areas of land. So it went boom. So it sort of, that means that these weather events can happen here, albeit rarely, but more commonly because of global warming. Lay down if you feel a seizure. Yeah, I did. I did lay down. I'm going to eat something. Hold on. We're going to have one of my cashew bars and a boost. Thank you for the boost.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to have one in a cashew bar. I didn't make you feel like you shouldn't have gotten them for me, right?
No.
Okay, good. My head's hurting a bit. I hope I don't suddenly get worse, guys. I'm afraid of getting sick again. I'm so afraid of it, but I can't live like that. Okay, so we're eating. Ask me something because I got to eat. And this has been saving me as I've been sick. I've drank a lot of Boost because there's a lot of vitamins Boost. I know it's high carb, but if you're sick, you're better off, you're better off having nutrients and a little bit of carbs. And I'll get lower carbs as I get better, higher fat. And these are very tasty. These were when I was really sick, at my sickest, I was dropped down to under or almost 120 pounds. I was like a stick, but all I could handle eating was Boost and these cashew quinoa granola bars. They're very tasty. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It takes a lot of energy to do that. And I had a psychiatrist appointment before that. Oh, me and Max will try the new bologna on Mom and Son Try It. I wish I could like put you guys on hold, like the stream is interrupted for a few minutes while I eat, because eating and talking is mildly dangerous. So good for your brain, maybe. It's good brain training. It's still very overwhelming for me to be myself, you know? Because I don't want to go yet, but I need to eat. I by the way, I already had sandwiches today, so it's more like snack time. Everybody, let me know what your favorite snacks are in the comment section. And by the way, when I was sick, at my sickest, I stopped being able to swallow properly. I've regained my ability to swallow. And trust me, it's not fun not being able to swallow properly. Hi, Valerie. This has been a very lively, random broadcast with lots of humor and talk about drag queens and Care Bears doing death drops. Well, we have another doctor, Future MD1. What was the diagnosis? I have explained already several times in this broadcast. We're now at the hour 33 mark, so bear that in mind. I have a post-infectious functional neurological disorder. A virus likely attacked my brain in January. Got very sick in January, and my health went to this deep, steep decline. I lost the ability to sleep through the night, kept going poo in the middle of the night. I was hypersalivating. I was getting sweaty palms on my hands and my feet. I stopped liking all the things that I love. I lost my personality. I lost my ability to laugh and cry. I would experience happiness and sadness as physical pain, and I'm sure a functional MRI would have shown what was going on in my head. I got heightened anxiety because I already had a pre-existing anxiety disorder, which I don't ever talk about because it doesn't control my life, or it didn't control my life, but it started controlling my life. I was afraid to go to the bathroom. Like it was a level of anxiety that I have never experienced in my life, and it was irrational, and I was not myself, and I was not well. But I knew it. I felt the moment that something went off in my brain, and that's exactly when the virus or whatever it is that attacked my brain began to attack my brain. So I also have a leak of cerebrospinal fluid, a small leak somewhere in my sinuses. If that doesn't patch up, I will probably require neurosurgery. That said, too, there's a 90% chance that I'm just gradually healing and getting better and that the doctor is correct. But there's just still a small chance that they haven't found out the source of my brain inflammation, because I'm still experiencing intermittent dystonia. It's also possible the medication I was on made that worse. I'm still getting, as we saw once in the broadcast, I'm still getting non-epileptic seizures. I still have periods where I have aphasia and paraphasia where I can't speak. And I also have periods where I'm mentally slowed down and I sound like I'm drunk or mentally challenged and I can't think right. And I have had some issues right now with certain recall. I couldn't remember the name of a drag queen that I watched for years. I couldn't remember the name of a microburst. And if you know me, you know that I have a pretty good vocabulary and not encyclopedic knowledge about certain things, but I'm not exactly what you would describe as intellectually challenged. So I've had a little bit more difficulty in that department than is characteristic of me. But my verbal abilities seem to have come back, and my verbal abilities were never as impacted. But when I get those slowdown things or aphasia or the aphasia attacks, I also get babbling. I say like geez repetitively, then I lose my language. But it's intermittent. It comes in waves. Did I answer your question, Future MD? And it was very hard for me to get diagnosed, and they treated me like I was crazy when really I was suffering from brain inflammation, which somehow seems to be influenced by serotonin. because I have a profound intolerance for serotonin drugs. You saw the episode at the hospital. Oh, you mean on my channel? Or you were there at the hospital? Are you Dr. Matt? Do we meet again, Dr. Matt? You didn't make the right call, Dr. Matt. Your staff treated me like shit. You weren't horrible to me, but you thought I was a mental case just because I had a psychiatric diagnosis of anxiety. There was profound bias against me because I had heightened anxiety. So they labeled everything I was going through medically as anxiety, which is preposterous and stupid and short-sighted and unfair. I had fucking serotonin syndrome along with my brain inflammation. And they were too fucking looking for something simple, like saying, "Oh yeah," like as if that isn't even simple. What is your empirical evidence that this is anxiety based? Just because it waxes and wanes? I was sweating like a pig. It was awful, awful. Oh, okay. Okay, so Bradley, I was laughing because Bradley's like, you called your gay friend hot. You're right. You noticed that. I've had periods too with lowered inhibitions. My inhibitions are coming back. Your inhibitions stop you from saying the things that you might think or feel, or that even your id feels. Like, I obviously find my gay best friend attractive. There's part of my brain that thinks he's sexy, but he's my best friend. We have platonic love. I'm not sad that we're not together. He's gay, but I guess I think he's hot because I told him he was hot. And I also had to fight, like when I was in the hospital, there was a policeman that came in and he had a, see, now I have more inhibitions. So I feel embarrassed about it, but he had a nice butt. And I swear to God, I said, I was like, I did a little wave at the policeman. I was like, "Hi, policeman." Because I thought he had a nice butt. And it was, that thought was like far more in the forefront of my mind than it would have been because my forebrain was impaired. So what did you think about it, MD? What did you think about the way that they treated me? They treated me like fucking shit, and they were looking for a horse when I was a zebra, and they were biased based on my incorrect but accurate but somewhat incomplete psychiatric diagnosis. The anxiety was a symptom and not the cause, and they were blind to that. And I was trying to insist that it was, while I was babbling and delirious. I was delirious and very, very agitated, as you could tell. But I was also agitated because they were telling me I could control my non-epileptic seizures when I couldn't. And they were kind. One girl was kind. So it was a mixture of, like, the one girl, you can hear her talking to me calmly. She was nice. But this other nurse, she was like, "I think it's weird what you're doing." And then the doctor's like, "I'm only going to talk to you when you stop doing that on purpose." Torture. They tortured me. They tortured me. I seized for 6 hours straight. It was torture. Yeah, they said that I was doing it on purpose because they were that ignorant. And again, we live in Quebec, which is the land of the opinionated asshole. Hit the like button if you're here. Yeah, it was awful. I've been through hell. That's why I'm writing a book. I've been through hell and I'm back. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting better. And this is part of my therapy. And this is also part of my emotional therapy, just talking about it. How are you doing, Jasmine? Yeah, no, Bradley, I laughed at it too. Because Jonathan realized that. I'd actually texted him this morning. I'm like, now that I'm regaining my impulse control, I was like, I think it's really funny that I told you that you're hot. I was telling everyone that they were hot. Well, not everyone. No, I wasn't. So that's I totally misspoke. I was thinking a lot of people were hot, and I was friendlier and more like lovey-dovey-er than is characteristic of me. Not that I'm not a lovey-dovey person. I love people. I love connect. I'm very sociable and outgoing, but I sometimes I'm a little bit more restrained, especially professionally, emotionally. And normally, the hospital is not the time to tell a hot police officer to giggle at him and tell him, because you think he's a nice ass, but like you're in an altered state. So you think he is a nice ass when you should be focused on the fact that your brain doesn't work. Thank you, Justine. Yeah, I know the anxiety is real. Oh, the Black Lives Matter protest. I missed that too because I was hospitalized. But I'm glad that people marched. But anyhow, yeah, I think it's funny that I told Jonathan he's hot because obviously I think he's hot. He is hot. So don't kill my vibe. Are you still here, sweetheart? No one deserves to be treated like that. Looks like those doctors lack empathy, which is unbelievable. Yeah, well, but they're used to making snap judgments, and they're taught to make a rapid diagnosis in critical care. And nobody's ever seen a case like me. Very few doctors will ever encounter flagrant serotonin syndrome in a person that has neuroinflammation from post-infectious. I want to say encephalopathy, but there's no evidence of flagrant encephalopathy in my brain. Just post-infectious neuroinflammation. Exactly. No, you are right, Dr. Coconut. No one treats the zebra queen like that. No one puts the zebra in the corner. Treat the zebra. Pat the zebra. And as I said before, when you hear the thundering of hooves, think horses, not zebras, is incredibly Eurocentric, because in Africa, you would think of zebras. And Western medicine is very Eurocentric and biased and foul and patriarchal, and has a lot of internalized misogyny, and also has a lot of internalized bias against anybody with a mental health care flag on their file. And automatically, they think you're delusional if it says you have a mental health condition like anxiety. But just because you have anxiety, that doesn't mean you're delusional. Different disorder, clinically very different. And even if I was mentally ill, you don't treat someone like that. You don't let them have seizures for hours on end, and they're crying and sobbing, and tell them that they're just acting up. Fuck you guys, you fucking assholes. And they're going to get what's coming. They will. Karma's a bitch. But karma's kind. I'm a kind of karma bitch. I'm a zebra karma bitch. So. Thank you. Gracias. Jonathan did take it as a compliment, and Jonathan does love me. And I think Jonathan knows as well as I do that if Jonathan was straight, we would be together, sort of, probably. But because Jonathan is gay, we're not together. But we're kind of two peas in a pod, me and Jonathan. So even though he's my best friend, I don't know. Like, even if just because there's attraction and we're best friends, even though he's not really attracted to me, he recoils when I touch him. He literally will be like, oh, that's weird. Like, have you guys seen the video of where me and Jonathan did the parody of the trailer, or the reverse parody of the trailer of 50 Shades of Grey? And he was my intern. And I had to slow dance with him. And he was so traumatized by having to slow dance with me. He hated it. Anxiety is just a fear of the future, period, not a mental disorder. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Or it's a fear of what could be. You're right. You're absolutely right. That has not been resolved. Yes, and also a lot of my anxieties, the normal ones I have, not the wackadoodle anxiety I got when my brain was inflamed. My normal anxieties are because of the way my parents raised me. My father taught me to fear knives. Whenever I'd use a knife, or my mom would use a knife, my dad freaks out. Like we're going to like spontaneously, like knives can't be used responsibly. So I learned as a child that knives equals bad, therefore develop anxiety to knives. Does that make sense? But that was manageable because once I did therapy, I did cognitive behavioral therapy for my anxiety when I was in my early 20s. I recognized all my triggers. I recognized all the irrational thoughts that I had and irrational fears about the future, and I managed it. That said, even before I got sick in January, I did notice that I was getting a little bit more anxious than is normal. Sorry, I do this involuntarily. When I talk about anxiety, my hands seem to do this. Isn't that weird? Okay, we're going to stop doing that. Now they're going to hyperflexing. Can they stop, please? I'm sorry. De nada. Expensive as shit. It's nice. So anyhow, my anxiety when my brain was inflamed was next level nonsense. It augmented my harm anxiety. It augmented my I was afraid. It augmented me being afraid of things that wouldn't have happened. It was brutal. But now that as my brain has become less and less inflamed, my anxiety is like evaporating. It's like back to just the old stuff that I'm anxious about. And I'm thankful for that. I can live with my normal anxiety disorder instead of the whatever the hell it was when my brain was inflamed and half my personality was gone. Also, it seems like back to self-control. As my inhibitions have been restored, my self-control has been restored, it diminishes my anxiety. And my anxiety is definitely keenly attached to the control of my anxiety is keenly attached to my personality. Or intricately attached, not keenly. Keenly is kind of the wrong word. We have adult, rational, plan A, plan B, and plan C. So we have adult, rational, can plan A, B, and C. We have adaptive child anxiety, that is learned behavior, yes, and not our core. And we have the critical parent. It's cultural. Interesting. You can look it up in psychology models and see where it's a script and where you can catch the script. Exactly. Interrupt the script. Resist the script and identify it and then just lessen its power. De-escalate it. And I did that for years until my brain got fucked up. And now it's coming back. Now this is exposure therapy. Like I couldn't even sit in front of my computer because I was afraid of my microphone. I was afraid that I was going to I don't want to trigger myself to be irrational, but I was afraid of things that didn't make sense. But I'm gradually getting back to normal. And I hope I don't take a turn for the worst. I pray. Hi to the 11 people who are here. Hit the like button if you're here. Thank you, Just Me. Are you a therapist as well, or your father is a therapist? I have insight. I spent months arguing with psychiatrists that even at my worst, I still had insight and they wouldn't believe me. Thought I was delusional because they wouldn't trust me. The psychiatrists sometimes do not trust their patients. My psychiatrist today, she trusts me. She knows that she takes me at face value, which everyone should. I mean, we're all biased, but there's a difference between bias and delusion and lack of insight. Are you going to get into psychiatry or psychology? Sorry, I'm so used to saying psychiatry now instead of psychology. They should be the same thing. I understand that some psychiatrists have a role of, again, in acute care, of acutely, thin-slicingly, rapidly assessing and diagnosing patients to give them the best meds to calm them down and reverse their delusions. But maybe they need to take a far more measured approach to their treatment of patients and have medications be last line, not front line, because they can be helpful tools, but they're misused and they're overused, and they create chemical imbalances that perhaps weren't even there. Like in the case of me, it does seem to be a chemical imbalance that was caused by the virus that attacked my brain. Can you guys please turn that down? That's far too loud. Hold on 1 minute. Turn that down. Sorry about that. So Dr. Coconut said, with anxiety, it's the what if in the back of your mind that gets to people the worst. Well, the what ifs actually were reassuring for me. When I, as I've managed my anxieties for years, I would be able to detect if it was just an irrational anxiety I would never do. If it had a what if prefix, like what if I were to hurt myself while plucking my eyebrows, for instance, or what if I hurt myself while brushing my teeth? Then I'd be like, oh, I'm just having anxiety. It's fine. But when I got sick with irrational brain inflammation anxiety, there was no what if. And that terrified me. And that's how I knew I was royally fucked, because I couldn't control it anymore in the same way, because half my brain was shut down. And I had insight. I didn't have full insight of what was actually happening to my brain. I've only been able to piece the puzzle together as I've been getting better. Oh, what do you do with children? When we pinpoint where the anxiety is stemming from, there's a possibility for healing. It's true. And I do believe in exposure therapy. I pray you don't either. Thank you. Psychiatrists prescribe meds. My dad does ketamine treatments with psychoactive therapy. See, again, the judicious use, the careful use of drugs is amazing. And there are uses acutely for Ativan, and there are acute uses for even olanzapine. But putting people on these drugs long-term is very dangerous. It disrupts their metabolisms. It creates downregulations of very essential neurotransmitters that are not just used in the brain or needed in the brain. They're used elsewhere in the body, such as our pancreas, such as our gut. That's why people on antipsychotics are almost routinely constipated, because it decreases the motility of the intestine. And I now have great knowledge of this, because I am one of the rare people with a medical background or medical interest that took psych meds, that took antipsychotics. Very few people will ever have to take those meds or be recommended those meds. Though increasingly, unfortunately, there are a lot of doctors that will prescribe antipsychotics to help people sleep. That's actually how I first encountered them. They gave me Seroquel because of my brain inflammation. I couldn't sleep. What? Okay. Permit us to laugh at Urgurkin. Urgurkin, it's been a while. I see you've opened yet another account with the same username, because I had banned you. I see you've returned to bless the chat with your insistence. How do you know whether or not I've had relationships with men recently? How do you know? How does anybody know? Exactly. Yes, Seroquel is. I have Seroquel still to throw out. I was holding on to it in case something bad happened. I'm getting nervous. Sorry, this is triggering me a little bit. It does help sleep. But it also creates harm, as Just Me said. I lost the ability, my brain lost the ability to properly release dopamine when I was sick. Actually, that is actually something that's really important to note, because I had an imbalance of dopamine and an excess of serotonin. Just a minute. I lost the ability to experience pleasure. I had anhedonia, and I also had flattened affect, which means your face gets flat. It's like my muscles, my facial muscles were paralyzed because as I said earlier in the broadcast, my facial muscles seem to be largely controlled by the dominant half of my brain, which is I'm right-brained. Balance of dopamine, excess serotonin in this neuro COVID. I have to get the COVID serologic testing. Okay. Yeah, there is other natural ways for dopamine. Just doing this live stream is increasing my dopamine. Getting tipped while I live broadcast increases my dopamine. Gambling. I'd rather gamble with money, my hard-earned money, than gamble with men or gherkin. I've learned that lesson. Been to that rodeo. Kidding. I stopped gambling actually when I got sick and the pleasure center or reward center of my brain or the dopamine deficiency occurred. I in a controlled way used to gamble every single week, $20 online. So that's not much money. It was not hurting my life. It was my enjoyment. Sometimes I win $100. Sometimes I would lose it all, or I'd go up to 40. And because I didn't care whether or not I won $40, I'd just keep playing for like 4 hours because I wouldn't play high stakes. But yeah, when I got sick, I stopped wanting to gamble. And now that I'm better, I'm like, I want to gamble because I got dopamine again. So I don't have a deficiency in dopamine right now, even if I'm on a dopamine agonist. Or antagonist, sorry, not agonist. I'm on a dopamine antagonist right now at night. I'm still taking olanzapine, which blocks dopamine receptors. But I'm still able to experience pleasure, which is it's not unusual. I'm on a low enough dose that I think it's only probably its receptor efficacy is probably only like, I don't know. I would have to look up the charts. And these charts are hypothetical because how can they calculate it, right? I think it's at lower dosages, they think it's something like 40% or 50% are occupied. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Just me is highly entertained. Exercise, live streaming, doing things you enjoy, painting, hugging a friend who's not a man, hugging your hot gay friend, hugging the chat room, putting an F in the chat, that increases my dopamine. Guys, I'm wearing out. Whenever I do 2-hour broadcasts, this is when I'm starting to get a little bit tired. And I also listening to music increases dopamine. They also haven't fully measured this. This is all hypothetical. It's an oversimplification. The brain is not as simple as like a couple of fucking neurotransmitters. There's also, by the way, acetylcholine. There's also sex hormones. There's so many factors at play as to whether or not we experience pleasure, how we experience pleasure, how we increase. There's GABA, for God's sakes. That's the Ativan. It's also associated with alcoholism. I feel like I'm autistic right now. I didn't mean that as an insult. Thank you. Love to you too, Justine. Aw, thank you, Justine. That's very nice. Thank you. Everyone's doing enough in the chat. Wait, I have to go this way, don't I? Oh, I want to read that. Hardwiring. I need to read a bunch of neuroscience books. My neurologist recommended I read 2 books before I see him next. Hardwiring. I love neurology. I realized that. I didn't know I had a passion for neuroscience. I knew I had a passion for medicine because any psychiatrist that was interviewing me would have laughed in my face when I was sick. But had I not become this, I would have become a medical doctor. And they'd be like, oh my God, so delusional, impossible. No, very possible. Very Davison. Okay, bye, just me. See you later. I'm gonna go too, guys. I'm really, really tired. This has been a marathon. Also, I can tell that my muscles and my hips are getting stiff, and so I need to walk around because it's. I told you I get dizzy when I walk. I was about to say I get gizzy when I walk around. The spectrum is insane. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm a little autistic. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Mwah.